the kitchen and the dishes tonight after we eat, but I do it because I want to have an order. Hi, I'm Deonza Duran, and raising 7 children, I understand that there are certain issues that are a little bit more tricky to teach than others, especially the issue of how do I act when I don't get my own way? I think that's not just a kid's issue, it's an adult issue, it's a life issue, and it's so important. This week I wrote a blog about it. It's from a song that I wrote for our children dealing with this issue, Sometimes Yes, Sometimes No. And it simply was a song to help my children understand that the way we react when we don't get our way is very key to the happiness of life. In fact, I always tell them, you know, obedience is not doing what you want. If I tell you to go eat some ice cream and you go do it, you're not being obedient, you're just doing what you want to do. Obedience is when you do something that you don't want to do, or you don't get upset because you don't get to do something you want to do. And so this issue is very important. I think there are several things that we can break it down for our kids and help them. Number one is that they need to understand that nobody gets their own way all the time. That even parents, they have to do things they don't especially want to do. You might explain, you know, I don't especially want to go clean the kitchen and the dishes tonight after we eat, but I do it because I want to have an orderly home. I want you to be proud of our home. I want to have fun in our home. We may not get up and go to work in the morning because we want to do that. We might rather stay home, but we do it because that's what we need to do. The second thing is labeling our kids. You know, life has a way of labeling all of us. We label ourselves. People label us. And one of the most important gifts that parents give their children are healthy, life-giving labels. And so in this song it talks about, I'm tough as a boot, just watch me do this God's way. Well, that's an image that we paint of our kids, that's who you are. You are tough. And when we label our children saying, you know what, you're my happy one. You're my one that I'm so thankful for you. You're the one that's always the first to say, sure, we can do that. And you're not a crybaby. I don't think any child wants to be labeled as drama queen or crybaby. Certainly no one wants to be miserable. And when we allow our children to pout and to have all these fits because they don't get their own way, that just makes them miserable and it makes everybody in the house. And number 3, I think it's so important on every level, but certainly in this particular issue, is to praise your children when they make the right choice. All kids love stories about themselves. They like to hear mom or dad tell stories about them, and they love to be the hero of the story. So when your children make the right decision and they've done something great that day, I can remember when Denny would come in the house, I'd say, baby, you would be so proud of, maybe it was Denny Rodney or David D, but today, just, man, he just really, he wanted to go do this and we couldn't do it, and he was just great with it. He said, hey, it's okay, maybe tomorrow, Mom. And I'm so proud of him and the young man that he is. So praise your children, praise them in front of other people, build them up, because children need an image of who they are and who they can be. The bottom line is this: you're doing a great job as a parent. So many times we feel like we're not. We feel like our children aren't getting the right messages. But I encourage you, you stay connected to your children. You train them, be consistent. Know that God is with you, and everything that your child needs, He's equipped with to be strong, to grow up, to be strong world changers. And when you know that and you hold on to it, it'll give you a confidence. Well, I hope this has encouraged you. Remember, never give up, and know this: your kids really can become best buddies. Let's talk some more next time. Bye-bye.
Mom, can I go swimming now? No, honey, not now. It's time to practice piano. Okay, Mom. Don Cherie, Denny, time to practice your saxophone and trumpet.
Oh, I'm too tired. I don't want to.
Destiny, you want to go shopping later?
Sure. What about us? muscles. We're not babies who cry every